Hello friends, welcome to Shiksharthi. In this session, we shall discuss the historical background of the Indian Constitution. What are the different sources from which different features of the Indian Constitution has been borrowed, and preamble of the Indian Constitution. So let's begin today's lecture. As we know, Second World War ended when USA bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki on 6th of August and 9th of August 1945 respectively. After the Second World War, three international organizations were formed: World Bank, International Monetary Fund, and United Nations to maintain peace in the world. These three organizations, they pressurize all the imperialist nations to free their colonies. On the same basis, Britishers were forced to leave their colonies too. At the same moment, government in UK was changed. Clement Attlee became the new Prime Minister of UK. In March 1946, Clement Attlee sent a cabinet mission to India whose objective was to lay down the foundation of the Constituent Assembly for the formation of Constitution of India. Like, what would be the strength of the Constituent Assembly, how they would be elected, who could vote in the elections of the members of the Constituent Assembly. So finally, in September 1946, Constituent Assembly was formed, and first meeting of the Constituent Assembly held on 9th of December 1946. Please remember the date, 9th of December 1946, as every meeting is chaired by someone. But since this was the first meeting, no member was chosen to be the presiding officer of the Constituent Assembly. On unanimous basis, the eldermost person of the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Sachidanand Sinha, became the first President of the Constituent Assembly. In the very next meeting on 11th of December 1946, permanent President of the Constituent Assembly was elected. In the next meeting on 13th of December 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru introduced Objective Resolution, which forms the basis of preamble of the Constitution, which is the summary of the entire Constitution. To do the different functions of making the Constitution of India, different committees were formed, out of which there were three main committees. First was the Drafting Committee of the Constituent Assembly, whose chairman was the Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. There were 7 members, including Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, in the Drafting Committee, and eventually he came to known as the father of the Indian Constitution. The other 2 committees were Union Constitution Committee, which was headed by Jawaharlal Nehru, and Provincial Constitution Committee, which was headed by Sardar Patel. Another important feature, Indian Constitution is the lengthiest written constitution of the world. There were some countries whose constitution is not written, just like United Kingdom. Please remember, United Kingdom has unwritten constitution. Another important thing, Indian Constitution has been borrowed from various sources. For example, concept of fundamental rights has been taken from United States. Fundamental duties from USSR, emergency feature, Germany, citizenship, British Constitution, etc. So our Constitution has been borrowed from various sources. The members of the drafting committee, they have read almost 50 to 60 countries' constitution and took important points from them in our constitution. Next is preamble. So as I told you, the concept of preamble has been taken from USA Constitution. The basis is from the objective resolution, which was introduced by Jawaharlal Nehru on 13th of December 1946, but the concept has been taken from United States Constitution. It says that we the people of India is the supreme power in India. Neither the Constitution nor the Parliament. It is us, the people of India, who is the supreme power in India. There are many terms given in the preamble, just like sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic, justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. Every term has its own significance, and we will capture many terms in the upcoming lectures as well. Another important thing that was given in preamble was adoption of Constitution on 26th of November 1949. On this date, our Constitution was prepared completely, but it came into force on 26th of January 1950. That is after 2 months and on the first Republic Day of Independent India. Remember that in the preamble 26th of November 1949 date is given, not 26th of January 1950. Then why the Constitution not came into force on 26th of November 1949? 26th of January has a historical significance. If we go into history, in 1929, Lahore session of Congress took place, after which Purna Swaraj was demanded, and on 26th of January 1930, first time Indian flag was hoisted and Independence Day was celebrated. That is why Indian Constitution came into force on 26th of January 1950. But some features became applicable on 26th of November 1949, and that was citizenship. Another thing, preamble can be amended, but its amendment took place only once till now, that is in 1976 during the national emergency of 1975. In 1976, 42nd constitutional amendment took place, which added 3 important terms in the preamble: socialist, secular, and integrity. These 3 terms were added in the preamble by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment 1976. So this is all for this session. I hope you all understand what we have gone through. If not, please go through this once again and do attempt the quiz on the website. If you like the lecture, please subscribe the channel, and we will meet in the next session. Thank you.